So this conversation in this video is going to be about Funky Deneva and Tamar Braxton. I don't really like gay men like that. There's nothing wrong with the LGBTQ community, but I don't like gay men that do stuff like this. Funky got mad about something that Tamar did with Mendices or something like that. Whatever. I just think that if you claim to be a friend of somebody, you don't tell your friends secrets when you get, and I can't say anything because I've done it out of spite because I was hurt. But looking back, I wish I never did that. But I just think that Funky Deneva is a weak man. Like he's a disturbed man that needs help because he thinks that wearing a beard and a dress is gonna solve his problems. If you want to be a woman, just go ahead and go through the whole thing. Stop trying to hold on to a beard and wear makeup and think that that's okay. Like if you want to be gay, that's cool. But it's a type of gay that's annoying. It's like you guys want to play both fence. You want to be the man 1 minute to say misogynistic things about a woman and then be the woman because you want the man that she has because you want her life. Clearly you want her life because you've been the same weird person since 2012. My hair is laid light, and that's why none of them want to be friends with you. A lot of people don't really trust the LGBT community anymore because you guys are weird. Like, you'll play like you're the friend and then you'll stab somebody in the back. You want me to sit here and say something positive about the community, and the community has done nothing but be disrespectful. Now, mind you, I've been able to eat nice. Yeah, I've been able to take care of grocery bills. Yeah, I've been able to do other things. I have a gay couple that has been helping me, like with school supplies and stuff like that. And I'm not talking about them because Bonnie is amazing. But what I'm saying is this. I don't appreciate the fact that when you know that you're dealing with a woman, a real biological woman, and you have hatred for her, it's weird. Tamar has been the most successful out of everybody since I got out of high school. I got out of high school in 2015. And she has been successful. Only for Funky Deneva to sit there and tell all her business on a podcast and then expose her. What kind of... And then he gets on there and says, oh, that's the reason why y'all think I'm a punk. You are a punk, bro. Because only a... I'm going to have to say witch because I'm trying to stop cursing. Only a witch would sit there and a punk would sit there and get with somebody. That's why I'm very careful with gay men. Strategically. I like them and I don't see nothing wrong with them. But the ones that do this, the type of gay men that will sit there and be friends with you for years only to hold information and steal your man. That type. So it got so bad to where he was putting out stuff that she was sleeping with Mendices. Now, mind you, in her story, Heartbreak Retrograde, that was a part of the storyline. And he was supposed to be in the video too. A lot of people were covering his bases because they were like, oh, Tamar is the stuff. Then here comes content creators talking about, oh, Tamar Braxton is just a basic person. She's not a good singer. And mind you, these are people that have transitioned themselves into women so men can like them. Mind you, the delusion in that. And I have to say delusion because for you to be a transgender woman and you want equal rights, but you're dissing not a cis woman, an actual biological woman. We're not cis. We will never be cis. We are what we are because that's the way God made us. That's another conversation. You choosing to transition is your business. It's not my business. It's yours. And I support you 100%. But to sit there and get on your podcast and say that Tamar Braxton is this basic B word and then say all this other ridiculous stuff about a child of God and mad because you wish that you were her, basically. You wish you had Vince. You wish you had a Logan. You wish that you had her money. You wish you could do what she could do, which is bang as many men as you can without them wanting to beat the stew out of you. Because honestly, the truth and the algorithm in the transition and the trans community is nobody really wants to be around you guys except for men that are comfortable being gay. And there have been so many times where you guys will pick men that are not comfortable and then get beat up and then blame him for you getting beat up. You need to choose men that are comfortable with being trans. Stop getting these guys that are on the board and they don't know anything. What do you think we go through? If we're telling you that the men don't treat us right because we're straight and we like men, but they don't like women, what do you think we're going through? And we're not homosexual. We're heterosexual. And we want to marry and date. But they don't treat us right. What makes you think that if we can get abused, we can barely get raped, we can all this other stuff, that it's not going to happen to a trans woman? Let that marinate. So anyway, the situation that happened that made it really bad was the fact that you're taking Tamar's business and then you're talking about her. She's just this basic singer, literally this trans woman that follows T.S. Madison. You literally got on there to say that she's basic because you're basic. You're the one that has to put on tons of makeup. She doesn't. You're the one that has to basically make yourself look non-masculine. She doesn't. And you're mad because you wish you can screw Vince. You wish you could have her type of men. That's really what the problem is. Then when somebody says we don't really need her man, I get men. Where are the men that are comfortable with dating trans women, that don't want to beat the stew out of you, nearly leave you for dead? This is why we like Flame Monroe, because at least she told the truth about what used to happen and what will happen. Yeah. And this is not a slam for the community. I'm never slamming the community. I'm just saying what hasn't worked for me. Sorry, it just hasn't worked. I told 2 women that I liked them. They ended up dating men just to get away from me. So, evidently it wasn't in me or in my flesh to be a lesbian. Sorry. I was angry because I wanted somebody to understand why it's so wrong to tell a person's business. Seriously. Mind you, she's beautiful. Funky Dineva is a man that wears makeup and dresses and really awful wigs and does drugs and is weird, but literally gets online to expose her and then say misogynistic things like the rest of the trans community, like whatever he claims himself. I don't really care what he claims himself. He's not relevant to me because he's weird. You sit there and you stay. This is the reason why, like I said, like gay men, something wrong with you guys. For not all of you guys, but the ones that do stuff like this. For you to sit there and think it's okay to expose a straight woman's life is not your business. You have rent to pay. Have a meaningful story. For real. Talk about the weather. Talk about politics. Why is Tamar Braxton so important? Then we found out that Yandy and Mendices weren't even legally married. That's not our business. But somebody had to air that out because y'all talked about Tamar so bad. You guys hate her. Then Jocelyn gets on there and says, oh, Tamar's a man. Jocelyn, you had so many procedures done on your face. You slept with somebody else's husband, which was Stevie, and tried to make Mimi jealous of you. Nobody wants your illiterate ass. And then you sit here on a podcast with Candy Burris, who can't sing. I'm sorry. She was in a group called Escape. She makes money, but she can't sing. I'm sorry. You guys in Atlanta who think she can sing, congratulations. Maybe she did when she was younger, but her voice sounds horrible. She sounds like somebody's choking her. Okay? You guys hate her because she's light-skinned. Let's get to the algorithm. You hate her because she's light-skinned. You hate her because your husband wanted to screw her. That's really what it is. Nights when he was screwing you, he was imagining screwing Tamar. That's what was going on. You guys are mad because you can't keep men because you want to be men. You want to know how I know? Because I had that same spirit on me until I had to pray and ask God to break it. God help me be more feminine. God help me with my attitude. God help me not hate men because of past relationships and stuff that my father did to me. But to see a gay man who could be sitting there wasting his time fighting for rights, you get on your podcast to waste time to talk about a woman who makes more money than you. Didn't you get fired from Fox Soul? Because you don't know how to keep a job, right? Mind you, I have the same problem when it comes on to jobs because of my mouth, but I'm working on it. But nobody is stupid enough to sit there and come for a Braxton just so they can get some money. That's how desperate you are. Made a whole thing about it, said that she was sleeping with Mendices. He went upstairs. She was invited in the house. We wasn't going to say anything because I didn't know she wanted to be there because of all this stuff and rigmarole. And they were upstairs trying to get cozy. And he was putting his thing in her and laying her out, stressing her out, stretching her out because you wish you was her. Notice the people in that community who always want attention, because that's what it is. They want attention and to be justified for why. Sorry if I look something. They want to be justified. Sorry, y'all. I just woke up. They want to be justified for why they don't get the attention. Now, mind you, I'm not ugly, but I still don't get the men that my friends get because we live in a generation where guys don't like black men or black women. We're just not it no more. Sorry. They want the white women, so let them have white women. If you can't join them, why hate them, right? So you mustered up the conversation to say stuff and do stuff. And I'm saying, to be honest, Funky the Neva needs help. He needs help, for real. He needs real help. Honest help. Actual help. So he sits there and makes up this whole story, which we knew it was a lie because, first of all, it didn't make sense from when he was saying it. He gets on his podcast and musters up the strict because my hair is laid. You know what I'm saying? He sat there and said to the world that she went upstairs. They were doing stuff inappropriately with each other just to stir up something with Yandy is what I'm alleging. You sat there and made fun of somebody who probably did lose her life almost. She probably got too wasted and busted her jaw and her teeth because she was partying too hard. It happens. That's what the term called white girl wasted comes from. We're all grown. We know what that means. So this man gets on his podcast to find something irrelevant to talk about, makes up a whole narrative, had people really thinking that that's what she did only for somebody to put out that they weren't legally married, that she wasn't a homewrecker, unlike him, who's probably slept with many married men. The thing about gay men that bug me so bad is they always want to talk about women because they want to be them so bad. I had this guy named Curtis that would literally make problems for my mom because mom hated homosexuality. She's a religious woman. That's just how it is. If you were gay, she couldn't stand you. She would probably terrorize you or probably not want to be around you. Not really terrorize, but just thought that you guys didn't deserve rights. I'm a little bit different. Even though I'm Christian, you guys do deserve rights, but just rights away from me. I don't do lesbians because they're weird. But I mean, I have this couple that helps me out. They're okay, and they're not weird because I've known them for a minute. But mm, mm, yeah, late in the hour, strong ice. I'm telling you, you would think I'm going through menopause because the way ice makes my stomach feel right now, and I know it's got everything to do with I have an anemic. I am very much anemic. The thing is that oh, how do I say this without sounding like a jerk? He had everybody convinced, and this is why I don't like effeminate men. Like, you had everybody believing that this woman was committing adultery with somebody else's husband so bad. You wanted everybody so bad to hate her so bad. And why? Because you wanted to be her, Funky. Be honest. You want the money. You want the fame. That's why you were talking about people that was working 9 to 5 and wasn't making no money. And then you lost your job at Fox Soul. That's what happens when you talk ish about people who actually monetize your account. You and Jay Swavey, who sit there and make fun of people and call them bald-headed, but you guys are ugly gay men. Ugly. Nobody wants you nobody wanted you when you were straight. So now you want to hate on beautiful women because you want to justify why you're gay. Do whatever it is that makes you happy, but you're ugly. You're ugly as a woman. You would be ugly as men. You guys, I'm sorry that you guys are ugly, but you're ugly. You're not ugly in a person. You're not ugly meaning as a beautiful person. You're ugly on the inside because you've let Satan take over your life by talking about a biological woman. Mind you, has she done some crazy stuff? That's not our business. That's Tamar's business. You guys got there, said all the things that you wanted to say about Tamar, and then wanted to say that she's a basic singer. She's actually won Grammys. Literally, not probably Grammys, but has Grammy nominations. She had her own clothing line. She won 2 awards because she had Song of the Year. She's an actual singer. She modeled. She had a husband. She had a child. She had everything that you wish you could have. That's why you're hating on her. Lady, over here now. Lay down. You're just doing stuff to be busy. Sit down. Have a seat. Lay down. Yeah. All the way down. Don't put your paw to me. All the way down. You get too comfortable. Hold on. Too comfortable. Acting like you run this house. You're going to learn how to be a puppy and stay put. When I say lay down, that's what it is. You lay. You get it? There's nothing else. You done pooped and messed up the whole house. It's enough. Don't give me that face. Fix it now. Fix it. Over there embarrassing me in front of people just because you want to have an attitude. You better act like you got some sense. You in a black people's household. We don't have attitudes in the household. It's either that or no playtime. Lay yourself down. Lay down, I said. Lay down. Down. And fix your face. Because you wasn't thinking about nothing when you was upstairs. Don't give me attitude when you sat there and destroyed all my video games that I had upstairs in mom's room. You wasn't thinking about nothing when you ate one of my shoes and destroyed half of everything. Fix your face. Now all of a sudden you want to roll your eyes and stuff. You're a puppy. You don't pay not one bill. I pay for your stuff. So fix it. Sorry, had to get her together. Anyway, you thought that it was... Don't worry about that. Lay down. You got in your heart and you thought that it was okay to disrespect a woman because you're too pussy to deal with the fact that you want to be a woman so bad. But you would be an ugly woman, though. Seriously. Somebody would probably love you because they feel sorry for you. But you're an ugly man. And you're ugly on the inside because why would you get into a woman's business just to justify the way you act? You stayed around her long enough to learn her habits and her behaviors just to tear her down, talk about her, say stuff about her, and then make yourself sound like you're relevant, bro. What made you relevant? What made you relevant? You told the whole world that she was sleeping with Mendices. They weren't even screwing. You see how y'all do? But my hair is laid like you don't even have hair. You have a bald spot, bro. Let's talk about your gap. Let's talk about your body. Let's talk about how weird you're built. But you get on social media and want to blame her. Half of y'all that talk about her don't even have good jobs. What's Candy Coated doing? She don't even have her products no more. She don't even have a career no more. She's now stuck at being a singer because Bravo TV pulled the plug on everybody. That's how bad you pissed off Andy. Another gay man. So here's the thing. I am not, like I said, when I say what I say, I am not against the LGBTQ. I'm just saying for me, it never worked. Because it just never will. I hate when people tell things and say things about other people's business and then make a podcast about it just so they can get money. Everything that I've told people, I've never got monetized for because I don't need to ask for subscriptions. I'm not an official account. I'm just a person that likes to talk. That's it. That's why I started this account. I was paying homage to Toni Braxton and whatever, but, you know, I saw Braxton Family Values. I wasn't impressed. I'm glad that it's canceled. I really am, because for you to be okay with your niece who got violated like that, either she's telling the truth or you guys are just that weird. Money is not that good that you literally will support pedophiles. The thing is crazy. How many fans that support R. Kelly and Diddy is wild. And if you still support them knowing what they have done, it doesn't make sense to me. It just doesn't. I have seen so many crazy stuff, so many crazy things, so many crazy everything. And then you want somebody to feel sorry for you because of why? It's just sad. And I am to the point where I'm tired of feeling like, yeah. I'm just tired of it. Tired of it. I'm tired of it. I'm just tired of men who feel like they have the right to talk about a woman. If you're not, and my thing about it is, Funky Deneva talks about Tamar as if they dated or something. You're not screwing her. So why is her name always in your mouth? That's what I want to understand. You claim to be such a good person. You want to be famous so bad, bro. You want the money so bad that you're willing to destroy a straight woman at that who supports the LGBTQ community. But you guys say, oh, she uses it. How many times have LGBTQ people use other people? Come on now. Let's stop trying to act like we are such, or not we, because I'm not we no more. They are like, let's stop trying to act like they're so wholesome. They're not. I've watched some things in my life that would shock you. But that's for another episode. Until then, you guys have a better day. I'm going to go to bed. And this has been another episode of SMS News Channel. And we'll be back with more.